Hi, everybody. I am Lake Uthaya, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For the ones who know me and for the ones who don't, I am Lake Uthaya. I am Femina Miss India Punjab 2022. I am a content creator, a model, and a pageant coach. Well, this video is going to start off a complete series of the entire Femina Miss India journey because you know why? I was going through my comments and I saw this comment here and it said that I should really just make an entire journey video. So I said, you know what? Good idea. Let's go. So, the way the series is going to go is here are the chapters. The first one is Daily Diaries, where I basically tell you a rundown of all the things that happened. The second one is Practical Perks, which is the practical knowledge that I learned from that day. The third one is the Value Vault. It is basically the personality traits that either got sharpened or either got developed that day. The fourth one is a Reflective Rewind, which basically is me recollecting what actually happened on that day and how I personally felt about it. And the fifth one is the Coach's Corner, because I also am a coach now and I also can see things from an organization's perspective. So, tips that aspirants can take from each day. So, day one is the day where you meet all your fellow contestants and producers and everybody who's just been working with you virtually, because we had 1 month of virtual pageant, and that's after which we came down to Mumbai. And we all came in our own cabs or personal vehicles. People who were living in Mumbai came in with their parents. I, of course, like many others, came by myself. And you realize as soon as your cab stops, there are cameras on you because they want to capture your stepping down and you saying hi, etc. It's very important that you don't think that you'll go into the venue and then put on makeup or hair. You have to come absolutely ready. Another thing to remember is your suitcases. They are also going to be offloaded from your cab and they cannot be of various different colors. You have to plan your suitcases in such a way that they look neat. Don't the suitcases shouldn't look like something you just pulled off of a rack and is dusty, etc., because those things are also captured in the video. So I have seen my fellow contestants actually buy an entire set of, cabin bag and like the bag that checks in and like a bigger bag, because we are going to be staying there for like 40 days. So there is a whole lot of luggage that you need to get, but the way you pack it is important. There is a video of me entering the hotel. So yeah, everybody shakes hands with you. People obviously know you because you're one of the 30 state winners. And then we had the welcome ceremony. So we were called out again because there were these beautiful Maharashtrian dressed women who like put garlands on us and put tika on us, and that was also captured, and it was quite beautiful. And we were then called to the banquet hall where we had our orientation, and we are basically told what to be expecting, how to emotionally prepare ourselves for the next 40 days, certain ground rules like punctuality, like cleanliness, which are absolutely to be kept in mind. And then we have our roommate reveal. So this is extremely exciting because we're all like waiting not just to get our rooms but to also figure out who are we going to stay with. My roommate was Louis was Miss Mizoram 2022. We then had a wardrobe check. A wardrobe check is basically our stylists who have made us make an entire PDF of the clothes that we're going to get. We are supposed to get those clothes, and then they come into each room. They give us time slots that we're going to be here from 8 to 8:15 to room number 401, for example. And then yeah, you have to take out all your clothes and keep it outside on your bed for them to just come and have a look. They also check your accessories and they also check your footwear. And then we had a skincare and cosmetics visit by our sponsor. I'm so glad that year the sponsor was Sephora. So they came in and they checked our skin color. They tried to ask us what are the foundation shades you use, of any, maybe let's say you're using a Maybelline. They ask you what shade that is. They ask you the shade of your concealer, and they kind of make notes because when they want to give you a gift hamper, they want to give you not just a generic foundation that one fits all. They want to give you something that's very close to your skin shade and will look great because you're expected to wear that for the rest of your pageant. And the day ended with like a briefing in the night. Now, coming to practical perks, the first one was styling. I felt extremely prepared that day because I had styled my arrival outfit really well. I wanted to make sure that my white blazer dress that I was wearing was paired with everything gold, which set a good first impression because they're seeing you for the first time. That's very important to realize, what earrings, what rings, what accessories, what belts, what shoes you're pairing with your outfit. Networking actually comes in play because you are meeting a bunch of girls from across a very diverse country for the first time. And there might have been pageant pages that have hyped a few of you, and might not have recommended a few of you. There are a lot of preconceived notions that might have been built when you are talking online, a little bit of intimidation, perhaps, or a little bit of jealousy, if that comes across for whatever reason, because it's a competition. So when you're in a place where you know you're going to be spending the next 1.5 months with these girls, it's better to take the first step. So I think, even if you're an introvert, getting out of your comfort zone there really helps. Another practical perk was being organized. It's very important that you pack your things in different packets or cloth bags, etc. Because when the styling team came across, I didn't have to stress over, oh my God, my scarves are somewhere, my accessories are jumbled up, I don't know how I packed. I was very clear of what I was wearing, what were the accessories to it, what were the inner garments to it, all packed in one. So sometimes I just had to show her the packet because she already had a PDF, and I was like, this is the dress. In that way, you just help yourself from not being too overwhelmed with the amount of clothes you've carried and having to put them all back in its place, but you have an organized way of doing it. Coming to value what, the first thing is coming out of your comfort zone. I saw that there were girls who could have been introverts and or either are expecting to not really mingle in the first day itself because they're not sure how everybody's going to react. So that's the place you really push yourself out. I personally also am not the most open extroverted person, but if a situation demands it, I'm there. So I remember going out of my place and like shaking hands with people and saying, hi, I'm so glad to see you and meet you. Second thing is thoughtfulness. So because I was paired with Louis, she comes from a northeastern state, and apparently they have a preconceived notion that big states corner them or like are not the nicest to them. And it's just something that's, come through unfortunately bitter experience that their previous reigning queens have had from their states. And so she was a little like dicey about, oh my God, I'm paired with somebody who again is, from Punjab, and you never know, she might not talk to me, I don't know how it's going to go. And I could feel that even though she didn't say it. I went out of my way to actually ask, hey, which side of the bed do you want? Like, how do you want to figure things out? And yeah, sure, whatever you like. Just to in order to make someone feel comfortable. It's almost very important to put someone else first when they're feeling uncomfortable so that they feel a little more confident with you. Coming to reflective rewind, if I really think about it, that day did not start off the best for me because I was running against time as usual. I had a late night shoot because my academy had called the state winners. We were like 6 or 7 state winners from that specific academy itself. They called us for a winners shoot, and it lasted like really, really long. So I came back and I crashed and I hadn't repacked from that night. So I woke up and I was running against time to get there. So I was a little shaken. I was pretty confident about my look because I had gone through the arrival looks of the batch before mine, which was a Miss Diva 2021 batch, which had Harnas Sandhu and Ritika Khatnani and Sonal Kukreja and just the whole amazing, gorgeous set of ladies. So I had in my mind how I wanted to look and how I wanted to accessorize. My hair was done well because I had a shoot the night before. My makeup was done well because I'd practiced really well. So in that way, I was pretty confident. Personally, I am not someone who's competitive by nature. Okay. So the inner sisterhood in me came out when I saw those girls. And not for a second did I feel like, oh, they're my competition. I should keep them at an arm's length. I was like, oh my God, hi, so nice to meet you. And I mean, that's just how I was throughout the pageant. Even if I saw that there were groups that were already made in the cafe when we went in there, I didn't feel like, oh, these girls know each other from before. Maybe I'm late. I should sit in a corner and see if anyone comes, talks to me. No, I went in like, oh my God, hi, can I join you? This is exactly how you should be. Shinata was a former Miss India Uttar Pradesh in 2019, and she was selected once again. And so she was in my head like the biggest competition because she knew the deal, right? She knew what happens. She's come back again. She's definitely stronger than before. And yeah, and there were like pageant pages that were putting crowns on our heads and saying, will it be Shinata or will it be Lake? I was not really thinking of anyone else, honestly, as competition. And when I saw her, my instant reaction, instead of rolling my eyes and being like, oh, we'll see who's better, my instant reaction was, oh my God, hi Shinata, I'm so happy we're meeting finally. And she broke into a smile, and like we broke our ice that way. And Shinata was one of the closest friends I had and continue to have much after the pageant. And this is what I mean when I say that don't let others cloud your judgment. Being like a good person will always reward you in ways that you will not even realize. Another funny incident was like in the night, I had seen videos where people are like, even when you're going in your pajamas, you should have like a decent amount of hair and makeup on, and you should wear heels, and you should look like a pageant girl. So I went to the night banquet hall wearing like my big fat wedges, okay? Because I was like, okay, I won't wear stilettos, but I'll still wear wedges because I'm a pageant girl. And then I remember the operations head who was briefing us, she looked at me and she said, Lake, by the way, you don't have to wear heels in the night also, okay? And then everybody who hadn't paid attention, then looked at my heels and they all laughed. And I was like, ah. To the coach's corner and what you can learn over and above everything else that I told you that happened in day one or will be expected in your arrival day. Number one would be to choose your dress wisely. Although I had gone to Zara and bought like this 5,000 ka dress. Point being that you should check if that dress is comfortable when you sit. I personally found it so uncomfortable to sit in that dress because it was extremely short, and because it was not bodycon, it would just like rile up, and I almost felt like I needed pants underneath it. So I had to cross my legs in various different ways in order to sit, because a lot of your arrival day, apart from you standing, is you sitting. And I also had like a neck that went really deep, and I was just super uncomfortable because it just protruded in weird ways, my outfit. And I never wore that dress again. So I think when you're choosing your dress, please make sure you sit, walk, stand, bend, everything in it before you buy it, because you do not want to be in a position that I was in. Second thing would be put a post up. At the end of the day, I made sure I took my arrival day pictures and I posted it. And a lot of people take pictures off of your Instagram and then they rate your arrival look or like talk about how these girls were looking, because it's the first day that they're seeing you in person. So make sure you are active on your Instagram and you put your daily looks up there. The third one would be becoming friends with people as soon as possible. I had spoken to like a few girls during my virtual session personally for whatever reason, and they were the ones who helped me throughout the pageant. In case you're getting late, in case you have overslept, someone will obviously text you. Rather than you going completely brand new, not knowing anyone, just having a little someone to help you out throughout the pageant helps. So make friends. So that was it from day one. You see how much we go through every single day, and you will not believe every day is a new experience and you learn so many different things, which is why pageants are not just like pretty girls frolicking in designer gowns. The way it enhances your personality and the situations that you face really develop you on every single day. I hope you learned a lot from this video, and stay tuned for the next one. Day two is basically when we had our makeovers. So you will hear a lot of things that you in general would not know of. And I'll see you next time. Bye.